What's up, cousins? It's your favorite country cousin Amber, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time visiting my channel, I call all my subscribers my cousins because I'm from the South, and in the South everybody got a cousin, okay? So as you can see by the title of this video, this is going to be a chit chat, get ready with me, and I'm going to be doing my makeup for this video and also styling my hair. So we are just going to chit chat about, you know, whatever kind of comes to mind while I do my hair and my makeup. Forgive me if I'm talking a little slow, you know. Just to let you guys know, just in case I forget, at the end of the video, this hair is from Julia Hair. It is an AliExpress store. You guys saw me create this unit live on my Instagram, so if you do not follow me over on Instagram, you are missing a good old time. But this unit is 24 inches long. They sent me a 24, 22 and 20-inch bundles, and then they sent me an 18-inch closure or 18-inch frontal. And see, that was the problem you guys saw on live. I had forgot that it was a full frontal, and I was watching Raven Elisa's tutorial as if I was using a closure, so it got interesting, honey. I have been loving this wig, y'all. Like, I have pushed back wash day so many days this week just because I am just loving this wig. I'm loving the look, I am loving the length, and I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel about like 24 inches of hair because I am only 5'4", so I really like it, and it has made me fall back in love with straight hair on me. I was getting more along like 22 inches, and those 2 inches make a difference. I don't know. Enough of the rambling, let's go ahead and get started. And now I have touched my hair and ran my hair like all through, and I don't feel like getting up to wash my hands. So I'm gonna put a little alcohol, keep alcohol close by, child. And I just don't be wanting to touch my face, you know, like, you want to make sure my hands are clean. As you guys can see, I don't have perfect skin whatsoever, so my skin will act up on me in a minute. So I am going to be trying some new products, like some new drugstore products in this video. I'm going to be honest with you guys and say that I probably won't like list everything that I put in the description box, just because I feel like most people don't even read the description box anyway. But if you have a question about something, like I may mention, like I'll try to say it, but if you have a question about something I use in particular, just ask me in the comment section and I'll just answer the question. I am going to be trying a new foundation. I think I'm gonna start a foundation hunt series, and what I want to do is just kind of like start testing out foundations from like the cheapest of the cheap, like really inexpensive drugstore, low end, you know, brands, and then go all the way up to like your extremely high scale higher end foundations, and just really see, you know, compare them against each other, their coverage, their lasting wear, and just, you know, matching, blendability, things like that on brown girls. I am by no means, you know, Miss Jackie Aina, Auntie Jackie, and I'm definitely not a makeup artist by any means, but I think that's even better sometimes. Like, sometimes when somebody gets so good at certain things, it's like the everyday person really can't even like relate anymore. It's like, girl, I could try all day and my makeup would never look like that. Like, never. So I am somebody who, I am not I'm still learning, so it may be good to, you know, for y'all to learn with me how to, you know, work this makeup and this foundation type thing. And then also I feel like I'm like that, like middle brown, like I'm like just a brown girl, like not on your darker, and I'm definitely not light skinned. So I feel like maybe just like getting these different foundations and trying them on like brown skin maybe would be helpful for some people. So, and everything that I am putting on today, I will just say is going to be drugstore. So I don't have any, only department store brand I'm gonna put on, or like higher end brand, is my concealer for my eyebrows, and that's from MAC, but everything else is drugstore. So I did know that one thing in particular I wanted to talk to you guys about was I quit my job. So I know a lot of people watched my like grad school story and the series. You know, people, you know, are really interested in like my job and what I do, child. Probably a month after I uploaded that video, I quit my job. I quit my job, and not because I hated it, not whatsoever. And when I made that video, actually, I knew I was gonna quit my job. Like, I didn't know the day or the hour, but I did know I had already, like, quitting my job was always in the plans, and I, like, not necessarily like quitting that job. Like, I didn't start that job. Working for myself essentially was always the plan. So my long-term aspirations are way bigger than YouTube. YouTube is just the vessel that I feel is going to best carry me there at this moment. And whenever I do my eyebrows, this is the only thing that I can't talk while I do. I quit my job in February. This is not something that I take lightly, and it's just something I've prayed for, and just I feel like I don't know if necessarily, like, I would say financially prepare for, like, you financially prepare yourself just by saving, like, but I feel like you can't never really financially prepare yourself. Like, you can have savings and you can, like, have your money ready, but in my mind, I'm just like, man, anything can happen. Like, you can financially prepare for something, and then you have something like your car breakdown or something that you didn't plan for, and it can throw everything off. Like, even if you do have savings, like, it can throw everything off. And that's why people say a lot of people are just like one catastrophe away from like being homeless or things like that. So I never really say like financially prepared, but I was spiritually and mentally prepared. I had been preparing myself like through prayer and petition, and just talking to God, and mainly listening. I have been trying hard to work on doing more listening with God than talking. I just woke up one day and was just like, you know what, it's time. Like, it's time. And I just put I put my 2 weeks notice in. Like, it wasn't even like no scary thing. I was ready, I felt like, and I just did it. And honestly, it's been great. It has been so far like the best decision for myself, like, ever. Like, I wish I would have had the courage to do it sooner. Like, I wish, honestly, with because here's the thing, like, I've had jobs, and the struggle is gonna be what it is what it is, like, regardless. Like, there's gonna be some form of struggle. I personally feel like no matter what path you choose, and the struggle was real, child, even when I had jobs. And I just wish that I would have had more like belief and confidence in myself, and more like not caring what people thought a long time ago. And I just feel like it's no telling, because that's really kind of what I wanted to come and talk to you guys about, what I'm like getting to. It's no telling like where I would be now, or the things that I could have manifested in my life over that period of time, had I been in the place mentally where I am now. And I just opened some new beauty blenders. I get excited about these. And so it is odd, because like when you talk to like older generations, obviously, like when you talk to your parents, when you talk to your grandparents, your aunts and uncles, even like some friends or whatever, like, which still, that kind of blows my mind in this day and age, that you still have to explain like the fact that you really can work for yourself doing what I do, to like our generation and younger. That blows my mind. But it, like, I expect it from older people, so it is still kind of weird, like, trying to explain, because like even my daddy don't even understand, like, really, when I was telling him like, no, I work for myself now, like, I don't work for nobody. He's like, so you're not at the hospital anymore? And I was like, no. And he was like, so you don't have a job? And I'm like, no, that's the whole thing. Like, I do have a job. Like, my job is working for myself. Like, there's money in just everything these days. And I feel like some people are salty about that. But I just feel like, girl, get you a piece of the pie too, child. Like, ain't no reason to be salty.
I'm not finna support these folks. They don't do nothing.
Like, girl, you don't stop being salty and come on. What I'm finding is, real quick, I mentioned this a little bit earlier, this is the foundation that I was talking about, and what I'm going to be using today for the first, this is going to kind of like act as a double whammy, triple whammy, installment number 1 in my foundation hunt series. And like I said, we're starting with lower end. So this is by Wet n Wild. So you guys know that Wet n Wild is a very affordable brand. It is like, to me, right on the level of like e.l.f. And this is the Photo Focus foundation, and I got mine in the color mocha and dark. And so this was $5.99 in Walgreens, which means that in Walmart, in all actuality, this is probably like $3.99. But on the back it's 377C, and it's Goodbye Photo Flashback, so it helps eliminate white particle reflection. And so it was tested under 7 light conditions with top smartphone models and with and without flash. So, I mean, child, it sounds good. I didn't even read all that before I bought it. So, that's how I know you. That's how y'all know I ain't no makeup person. I didn't know you're supposed to wet your beauty blender, child. But it do seem like it's spreading better. See? We learn together. But since I've quit my job, I've just noticed myself like coming extremely out of my shell. Like a shell that I didn't even realize I was in as much as I was in. Just my passions and things that I used to be super excited to share with the world that I just slowly just phased myself out of. And I just can't, like, looking back on it, it's like, girl, you were living in a cocoon. Like, my personality has just completely bloomed, and I just feel like it's because I just feel like to a certain extent everybody has to censor themselves. Nobody can really fully be who they want to be on social media. But if social media is something that you're, you know, on often or something, especially social media is gonna play into your like career, presenting who I truly am is huge for me. Like, huge for me. Like, it's the most important thing, like being authentic to myself. And I just remember, like, in my career, I don't know, not so much so in my last position, just because super isolated in my last position. Like, I didn't really have coworkers. Like, I interacted with people, but literally like mainly just my patients, and I would interact with people like on the way in and on the way out. Like, hi, good morning, bye, see y'all next week. You know, like nothing like at any of my other jobs. Like, that was the most non-communicative, non-social job that I had. This last one, like I socialized a lot with my patients, but I was like literally isolated in my office. I remember like being super anal about Facebook, like so anal about my Facebook, like who could see what was the privacy setting on every single post. Like, it was certain posts that, you know, like I could have be public, and certain posts I couldn't have be public, and people be like, oh, make this public so I can share, please. And it's like, no. It was a very Caucasian situation. Like, I worked in predominantly white hospitals in predominantly white areas with mostly white co-workers, and I remember like talking to, like, on the rare occasion that, you know, we would get black people at certain things. Like, I remember talking to one of my co-workers about like just that kind of like toeing the line that you have to do as a person of color in the workplace, like that all of us, I feel like, have to do to a certain extent, because everything that you're doing is being judged and monitored like that much more closely. When I tell y'all that first month after quitting my job was like the most lucrative month I ever had, like period, like from work and residuals coming in from work and my YouTube and my Instagram growth and like opportunities coming from all those different social media platforms, I looked up and literally like in exactly 30 days time, I had more money in my bank account like than I ever had, like just being able to get up and do whatever it is I want to do. Like I call these shots. Like I can stay up, like I can film this video at 11-12 o'clock at night and sleep if I want to. And I just feel like with that came a lot of self-confidence in myself and my goals and my like ambitions than I had in a long time, because basically I was saying to myself and to the world, it's like I said that I was going to be able to do this and I've proven that I can, so I really don't, it turned into like I really don't care what your opinion of it is because the proof is in the pudding. Like I did it. And it's like, yeah, 1 month doesn't equal doing it, but that 1 month gave me the confidence that I needed to like really just step into my personality. And I just feel like that is what started to happen. Like I started to like be more confident in like speaking my mind. I just started coming out of my shell more when it came to like speaking my mind on my Instagram, and then obviously I've since got a Twitter, and child, I speak my mind on there. I even got into my first little Twitter debate in like 6 years since I was gone, child. Somebody wanted to have a whole debate with me about, you know, relationships, and I'm like, we're not gonna do is debate about, you know, relationships, because I don't care. It's perfectly okay to like see something on social media, disagree with it, and keep scrolling, like child. Because if you make that decision to not keep scrolling, like how you want to debate with somebody about their opinion, like you can't get mad when they don't change their mind. Like
I said what I said when I said it. You know?
And I feel like it is gonna make people uncomfortable, but I wanted to kind of like address it in this get ready with me, or like address it in a video, because I know it's like some people, like I'm gonna be perfectly honest with y'all, like y'all have, if y'all been watching my videos and following me on Instagram, then you guys know I discovered the wonderful world of Musical.ly, y'all. And you know, I've thought this was like it's been around a minute, and like I don't want to get too much into it because we already talked about this like on my Instagram, but I feel like a lot of people are grossly underestimating the power of what Musical.ly is. Like it's not just an app where you lip sync, and I feel like people are grossly underestimating it. And I just want to go on record in this video by saying that, so that 5 years from now I can refer back to this and be like, I told y'all so. So it's like I've been sharing a whole bunch of my Musical.lys on my Instagram, but that won't happen like obviously as time like continues to go on. So it's like if y'all want them people like, damn, she gonna spam her whole daily stories with Musical.lys.
Well, if I wanted to, I would. That's first of all.
But no, I'm not. But it's like, y'all, I ain't even had it a week yet. Like literally it hasn't even been a week, which I'm super surprised at my growth so quick, like in less than 7 days on Musical.ly. Like I already have a video that's like approaching 120,000 views on there. So that has been a blessing. Like immediately, like people started to take to like you know, just my level of humor and content, and me and TJ on there acting silly. The video that 120K is just me and him, like obviously doing a Musical.ly to one of the like little comedy. But I also know, like, just ironically, I know that everybody doesn't want to see that side of me. Because if I'm being 100% honest with y'all, like, y'all always get the real from me, y'all always get the truth from me, of course, but if I'm being 100% honest, I was always extremely censored on this channel. It was just always that background thought that, like, oh, what if, you know, my employer sees this video and they don't like it and they feel some kind of way. I can't afford to lose my job. I wasn't ready, child. But I say all that to say, like, if you've been on my Instagram recently and you just like, child, she is like wow, and like, she cussing. It's like, cause some of the musicals that I do will have cussing in them, but it's like, child, I'm super grown, like super grown. The minute that I started posting all these, y'all, like, and I went more than one post, like back to back on Instagram, like where I had on a wig and not my natural hair, like, always I lose followers. Like, I lose like hordes. Like, people will unfollow me by the hordes the minute that I post a wig picture. And especially don't you post, you know, 2 of them back to back, child. Acting has always been a passion of mine. Acting has always been an end goal of mine, like a major like goal, and I've always been pretty decent at it, and I've always been that friend that it was known. Like, I was always that one that was like, do the skit, Amber, do What's Love I Gotta Do With It, Amber, do Jackson 5, Amber. So I will do the skits, and it's like, I mean, I'm grown, so obviously if it's a skit that I want to do and it's like cussing involved, or if it's something that I think is funny, like I recreated a Cardi B skit and I posted it on my Instagram, baby, and folks was mad, like, you posting all this cussing, oh, you know, we don't want to see that. But with that same mindset in mind, I do understand that everybody gets on different social medias with looking for different things, with different mindsets in mind, and I do understand how certain people would feel away if they started following my Instagram and, you know, I was super reserved, I was only posting about hair, I wasn't really posting, like, that's what they signed up for when they click follow. That's like, essentially, you know, you start following somebody strictly for natural hair tips. And this one is sticky just because it's just like, then it turns into this whole thing where it's like, do you rock with me or do you rock with me, you know, just for my hair? But it's like stepping outside of like this as a vlogger, because most vloggers want you to see them and support them, like, for the whole of them. Like, they want you, I know personally, I want you to rock with me. Like, I came into this game, natural hair was the bus, you know, that got me to the location I'm at now. But for me, it was never the end goal. Like, natural hair was just the thing that I ended up being able to use to find you guys. And so, but stepping out of it on a, let me scoot back now, because I can understand and I can't take that away from people who do decide to no longer follow somebody. That don't say, it doesn't always mean they don't support you. It doesn't always mean like they want you to fail, or they're hating on you, or they think that your decision was bad. Like, I had to really, you know, step outside myself and see that, because it's just like, for example, if you follow somebody for their natural hair tips and then they get a relaxer, and it's just like, well, no offense to you, but it's like your tips are no longer useful to me. It's like, no offense, like, no offense, they're no longer useful to me. Like, if you're a vegetarian and you follow somebody's channel because their channel was vegetarian cooking, and then they decide to, you know, start cooking with meat, you just like, bruh, it's like, it's not, you know, it's like, what do you expect me to do? Like, what do you expect me to do? At first, when I started losing followers, I was just like, see, you guys don't want, you know, the real me. And it's like, they don't. They don't. But it's like, that's perfectly okay. Like, it's not anything to be salty about. Like, people are gonna, because that's what I'm trying to do now. Like, I'm trying to transition my brand into not being a natural hair brand, like not being a Hair Mary, like, which is why it was so important to me to take the hair anywhere out of my branding, because it's not about hair for me. Like, Amber, I want myself to be my brand. Like, my hair is not my brand. My hair is just a part of the bigger brand, but my hair is not my brand. On that scale, it's like I kind of am wanting people to go ahead and, you know, like, weed themselves out, because that's what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm trying to make sure that everybody knows what they signed up for, because the people who, like, I want to celebrate with the people who legitimately wanted for me the things that I'm gonna get. Like, everybody's brain is not wired that way. So for the people who always say that, it's just like, no, I have to do this. No, I do. You're talking about I don't have to. No, I have to. Like, I feel physical pain. It physically hurts me not to express myself. That's basically what is going on. So it's just like, bear with me as I figure out how to streamline all this, because it really is a mental shift that happens. And just like, as the week slowly got on, it really started to sink in, like, hey, like, you really ain't got an answer to nobody. Like, nobody. So that's it, y'all. I just wanted to come and kind of talk to you guys about what's going on, and why that video hasn't been up, and why maybe you guys have maybe been seeing a different side of me on social media recently. And it's just because I'm coming into my own, and I'm feeling I feel like this year is just gonna be the year that I can finally be Amber. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, it is so kismet. Like, it's just everything is aligning. Like, this is a year that I can finally just be fully just me. Like, not Amber and then Hair Mary, and figuring out a way to, like, play both ends of it. So, and make sure you guys check the description box for all the info on this hair. And I also will leave the detailed video just specifically on this hair, and how I, like, laid this unit down, and, you know, how I secured this wig, because it is a frontal. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, you definitely should be a cousin. So comment, like, and subscribe. Let's grow the family, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.